The Miami Dolphins are at odds of 60-1 to win the Super Bowl. Their 2016 season win total is at 7. They are at odds of plus 3,000 to win the AFC, while at odds of plus 640 to take the AFC East division. The Miami Dolphins went 6-10 straight up last season while going 5-11 against the spread, and they went 7-9 on the over-under. The Miami Dolphins are coming off a very disappointing season in which they missed the playoffs. The poor season resulted in some major changes, including Adam Gase being hired as head coach. Gase is known as an offensive guru, so it will be up to him to turn Ryan Tannehill into a good quarterback and to find a replacement for running back Lamar Miller, who is now in Houston. The offense under Gase should be better, as it can't get much worse than last season when the Dolphins were 27th in the NFL in points per game. But offense is not the only problem for Miami, as the defense was just 19th in the league in points allowed a year ago. Miami does not have an easy schedule this season, as they play the 11th toughest schedule, so improvement might be difficult for the Dolphins in 2016. The Miami Dolphins still believe that Ryan Tannehill is their franchise quarterback, but his results so far have not shown that he can be trusted. His numbers were not bad, as he threw for over 4,000 yards last season, but far too often he made mistakes. He has some talent around him in running back Jay Ajayi, wide receivers Devontae Parker and Jarvis Landry, plus tight end Jordan Cameron. The Dolphins took a big risk in taking Laramie Tunsil with their first pick in the NFL draft, but if he delivers, then Miami's offensive line should be improved. The reality for the Dolphins is that if Tannehill plays well, then the team can challenge for a playoff spot. But if he plays poorly, then the team will struggle and have no shot at all. The Dolphins threw a boatload of money at Ndamukong Suh, and he simply wasn't a great player for Miami last season. The front line for Miami should be great with Cameron Wake, Suh, and Mario Williams, but it may end up being a bunch of overpaid players who don't always show up. The Dolphins went out and added Kiko Alonso and Byron Maxwell, who did not play well for the Eagles last season. Miami badly needs their front four to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks because the secondary is not very good and Maxwell will be no help. It would not be a surprise if second-round pick Xavier Howard took over as a starter before the season is over. On paper, the Dolphins should be improved, but how can you trust Tannehill to make big plays? And how can you trust a defense with a bunch of overrated players like Suh, Williams, and Maxwell? Gase could do a good job with the offense, but only with a great quarterback, and Tannehill has yet to prove that he is a great quarterback. Oddsmakers probably have this one right, as the Dolphins figure to win about 7 games this season.